for joining us. This is No Soundbites Allowed. I'm here live in the Bronx at this is Bill Rainey Park, and we're with the Trump Blacks for Trump rally. It is Saturday, May 18th, and we are covering the event live. It's going to be going from about 1:15 until I believe 6 p.m. And as you can see, they've got a little bit of a crowd here already. Please, somebody let me know if the sound is good. Let's see here. Oh, sorry, that's just some of the technicals here. We do have a little bit of a issue going on right now. Can you guys see that all right? Oh my.
You know what? I'm not gonna take nobody's bullshit. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull it out before they're raising this battle. I'm gonna raise the table. Where you born and raised? I put your ass in the dirt in your same borough where you was born. You ready?
Yes, I am.
And if you support that, then you guys are with that.
So let's go. As people you might be hearing, there's a little bit of a disagreement, but I'm here with Derek Gibson, one of the organizers of the event, and there's a little bit of excitement here today, but it's politics.
Got some haters out here, baby.
Well, whenever there's politics, there's always conversations and disputes. That tends to happen. So, Derek, you're organizing. This is Blacks for Trump. Let me ask you, why did you organize this?
Well, my community has been like 95% for the Democratic Party, and my community has suffered under Democrat policies for the last 70 and 80 decades. It's time to wake up. It's time to move on. It's time to do something different so we can get some tangibles for our community, and not only our community, but for America itself.
Okay. You know what? There's obviously the elephant in the room. There was a dispute when we went live.
Right.
Will you address what that was about?
It was about Raul, which is one of the speakers listed on the flyer. And I know nothing about this guy. Just another host that knows him, that put him on there. And he wants to meet President Trump. He said somebody told him President Trump was going to be here, want to meet him. Even if President Trump was here, you wouldn't walk up and meet President Trump. You got to be vetted by the Secret Service. So I don't know what's wrong with the guy. You know, this is a black picture, right? Trump, as you can see, he's white, Latino, whatever the hell you want to call him, which don't make no difference. But if you want to start the bullshit, I can run with it too. I'm that type of guy.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Again, since it was live, I wanted to address it because it's happening and people have seen it. So thank you for giving us your answer on that. What is your expectation for the event today?
Well, we just wanted to open the minds of the people in the Bronx because we heard there's a lot of love. I looked at TV and some interviews about people supporting President Trump in the Bronx. So we decided to bring the Black Patriot Rally. It was a request to bring it out to the Bronx. And we're doing actually sealing records, cleaning records, registering people to vote, and other things out here today. So it's gonna be a lot of speakers. We're gonna have music. We're gonna have a young lady singing the national anthem, so forth and so on.
Okay. So basically, it's just a political rally, but it just happens to be that the featured speakers are all black.
Well, yeah, the future speakers are all black, but we got others that's going to speak that aren't black. But as you see, it's Black Patriots for Trump. So that's what we concentrate on. It's not devices and nothing about division. It's just getting our community away from the Democratic Party, like the governor say, you know, our kids don't even know what a computer is, don't know the word computer, so forth and so on. So they want to wake our community up and we're going to bring them back to the Republican Party, which their descendants was the Republican Party. We come back to the Republican Party, and we're going to push our agenda through the Republican Party. And we have the right man up top, which is President Trump, and he listened to us, and we're going to give him our support, and we're going to get many people in the black community we can to support him.
Okay. Now, I do want to ask one other question. I know we're about 10 minutes away. I know that there is a march from Simpson Street that's coming over that'll be joining the event and some of the additional speakers. I want to ask, when you hear from black Democrats or Democrats in general, and they say, well, you're black, you're supposed to vote Democrat.
Right.
What do you say to them?
Well, they think black people don't have a mind of themselves. Even the black Democrats, like Richard Tory, said Trump is an enemy of the Bronx. I'm like, where is you getting this information from? So they call themselves and want us to stay on the plantation, and they use these blacks in power to keep us on the Democratic plantation. And they say things like, they tell us things about the Republican Party that is not true. Like we don't have a mind of our own, like we can't research and find out what is really happening. So I'm trying to wake my community up not to never go along with that again. I believe 70 to 80 years, do your own research. Look at the policy of a person, not their skin color, not their skin tone, and you take from there what's going to be best for your community and what is best overall for America.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know that. I hope you, I appreciate you taking some time before you're going to be the first speaker of the event. Once everyone comes over from the march and joins us here. I hope everything else, every event has something exciting or unexpected. Hopefully that was
the weekend.
Oh well, hopefully that was the moment there. But I want to let you go. I know you got to get set up, and I hope everyone's going to have a great day. All right.
Let Cam get him.
No, I'm going to get him in just a second.
I'm a motherfucking white supremacist. I'm a white supremacist.
You are nasty individual.
Right.
Nasty.
Nasty.
Trash. All of that. All of that. Look at it. Go on the social media page and look at it. 30 seconds.
Okay, I was going to let you speak.
What's your problem, brother? Do I know you? I'm asking, do I know you?
Wait a minute. Gentlemen. Gentlemen.
There you go. Trump supporter.
Right. Trump supporter. You're a Trump supporter. I'm Trump supporter.
Why are you talking to me if you don't even know me? I was invited to speak here, and they bullshit. No, because they lied. Because he's a goddamn liar.
Yeah, the time of day.
You're a liar. You're a liar. Liar. That's not gonna help Trump. What are you going to do about it? That's not going to help Trump. I'm going to help him without lying. I'm going to help him. I was born right here. Kelly Street, Roger Place. This is I am home. Yeah, no, you're not. You see that? Mr. Trump, these are the morons that are trying to do it. We do. When we support Trump, you know how we support Trump? We go with love and truth. That's what bullshit like you doing. With love and truth. Not with hate. You preaching hate. You're preaching hate. You're talking all that crap. You don't know me. You want to swing at me and you don't even know me. You don't even know me. You see? I used to motherfucker. Keep talking. Keep talking. You're getting friendly with me. I'm not supposed to be scared. I'm supposed to be scared. I don't walk with fear. You don't scare me, bro. What do you think? Man, you can stick with the sign. You stick it with the
Well, I know that's been very exciting.
I'm bringing truth.
Oh, excuse me. I don't. Independent media, I'm covering it, so. It's
What's your name anyway?
Michael Voss. I'm with No Soundbites Allowed. I don't, Chris.
Good. How about you, brother?
No, it's an interesting way to start the video. Not what we would expect from a political rally, and I've covered, oh my God, so many political rallies. I've not really noticed this happen before, so. But it is the Bronx, so what can we do?
I've never been to.
Oh, where are you from?
I live in Michigan, brother.
Michigan. You came from Michigan down here?
Oh, dude, I'm moving out of Connecticut right now.
Well, interesting to see you here and happy to get coverage. So, but, oh, here we go.
USA!
All right, folks. So there was a little bit of excitement, as you can tell, but hey, these things do happen at political events. We will deal with that. There are disagreements from time to time, but the event goes on even so. And as you can see, the majority of people here, actually everyone was trying to be very peaceful. Of course, the one individual seems to be trying to agitate the event. I believe that is a gentleman named Raul. I'm not familiar with him. I haven't met any of these individuals, but I'm going to cover it live. It's what's happening here, and you get to see it. You get to hear all the speakers. You get to see what's happening as it's happening. So, just to give you an idea of what's happening. Now, I am taking still photos as we go, so don't mind that I'm stepping back a little bit. I am taking photos. Let's see. And no, I can't see the comments live as we're going, but I got cameras going here, so multiple cameras. Why is this doing that? Yeah, excuse me if I seem a little bit off. I'm not using my usual OBS setup. I'm live, and so restream is a little bit of a pain. You should be able to hear everything well. Oh, we got music. Oh, he's gonna. Well, I'm getting demonetized if not pulled off. There's nothing like live music to kill a stream. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got about 25, 30 people here. Oh, here we go. Up, here we go. The rest of the rally's coming along. You see the street. Okay, we see a police escort for some of the individuals marching. Seems like another 20, 25 people who are coming along. Okay, my camera's over there. As you can see, there's a police escort.
We don't even support Ruben Diaz
Where is my camera pointing? I'm taking photos as we go. As you can see, the event is going live. So many of the individuals who are just marching have come along, and so we've got them with us.
How are you, sir?
That's Reverend Dennis Oswald. Now, here's a prayer. Yeah. If he doesn't, we're gonna get Pastor.
Don't stand with that piece of shit. He called me a motherfucker. He said I wasn't black. He was telling me what he said. No, I'm telling you what he said. No. We're not gonna help Trump with lies. We're not gonna help him with lies. I don't care, brother.
He shouldn't say that. I'm not taking the side of that. But I'm here to support Biden. I'm here to support this guy right here.
We don't care about that.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Oh shit. Let's see.
Hey, don't talk to me. You're not black. Go get a picture. You told me he was going to be here. You said it was a racist. That's next week, retard. You told me. Bro, you told me he was going to be here. Next week. Oh, yeah. Joel, por Dios. Yo voy a votar. That's right there. He's only drunk because he's Irish. That's hella racist. No, that's not very cash money of you. I know, that's crazy. Who's the Irish? Get that! We call you out! You will make that!
All right, everyone. We're going to begin our rally with a prayer and a Samaris is going to give us a prayer, and then we're going to have a chat to do our national anthem. Amen. Let us pray.
Let us pray.
Our most gracious and heavenly Father,
Amen.
we come before you in Jesus' name. We pray, Lord Jesus, that you make yourself present in this place. Thank you, Lord, for giving us the opportunity to stand with justice. You are a just God, and that's the God we serve. Thank you, Father God, because we are not serving anybody else. We stand for principles, and we want to praise you and worship you. Thank you for the opportunity to praise you, Lord, and to thank you for everything that you have done for us, through us, and in us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. As they say, stand up, put your right hand on your heart. Oh, say, you see, what's so pretty, and it's one that whose spots rise and bright stars to the praise. Oh, the you are was so kind. And the road is the first that our plan was still there. Oh, thank God that's our faithful and oh, the free and the home of the free. Yes, we are U.S. We're Americans, and we're Americans first, right? And this is a rally that we're going to show our patriotism, right? We're here for a reason, and the reason is we are ready to elect Donald Trump as our next president. And we are ready to get rid of Joe and that hoe must go. Joe and the 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 hoe must go. Okay, we're gonna put out. I believe Derek has a word to begin.
I just want to say good evening, everybody. And this rally is about black patriots for Trump. It's not about this clown over here, like he's 2 years old. So we're gonna ignore his ass sitting up on the sideline. He's not mad at us. We don't have the balls like I can to say the things that I say and do the things I do. So this rally is about President Donald J. Trump him re-elected, and we are trying to get the black community that has been loyal to the Democratic Party for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decades and don't have a damn thing to show for it. We got open borders that is replacing the black community. We're not going to tolerate anymore. We got this clown over here. We're going to deport him very soon, okay? We're getting rid of him. You got to go. So get started. We are going to register you to vote. We are going to offer you, if you have a criminal record, we will clean and seal your criminal record. That's all I'm going to say at the moment. We're going to move forward with the program. Thank you.
You created division in the borough. We put it out.
I just want to say thank you for everyone for coming out. It's about us uniting every single citizen and resident from Queens to South. We are all one. We are all in this together. More importantly, I want to thank Reverend Ruben Diaz for coming out and to give him the opportunity. Reverend Diaz is the president of the Bronx. That's right. Reverend Diaz is the president of the Bronx. He's uniting all of us together. We are all him, and we cannot let people like him divide us. We are not divided. We are together, and we are in this together. We're going to vote for the right person in office. So now I bring Reverend Ruben Diaz Sr. Yes, the president of the Bronx. Reverend Ruben Diaz Sr.
Thank you. Gracias, Tina. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bible says that there is a time for everything. Hay tiempo siempre para todo. Yo le voy a pedir, bueno, mira, I got my people, you can do it. You got it. You cannot do that. Nosotros tenemos en el día de hoy una misión. We have a mission today. We have a purpose today. Tenemos un propósito hoy. Aquí en el sur del Bronx, right here in the South Bronx, we have a purpose. Black and Hispanic united, to send a message, to mandar un mensaje a Donald Trump y al mundo entero. Donald Trump, we want you in the Bronx. We want you here. We want you to come. Queremos que Donald Trump, el jueves que viene, next Thursday, Donald Trump will be here in the Bronx. This is a rally. This is a pre-rally to send a message to Donald Trump that we will welcome him in the Bronx. So Thursday, listen carefully, Thursday at 6 p.m. Donald Trump will be in Rotunda Park. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time. This is the first time that Black and Hispanic in the South Bronx joins together to tell the people that we are in favor of Donald Trump becoming our next president. Así que no importa lo que digan. Who cares what people say? Who cares what people do? Just what cares what's important, what we are doing today. We are not allowing anybody to divide us. We will not allow anyone to divide us. We are joining together here. We will be together, and next Thursday, we will be together too. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, estamos aquí unidos en un solo pensamiento. Siempre a todas las cosas, siempre en todas las cosas hay una oposición. There is always an opposition to everything you do. No matter what you do, there always will be an opposition. So we cannot allow the opposition to divide us. Tina, thank you, Tina, for all you're doing. I love you. Thank you, everyone. I used to be a state senator in this area. My office used to be down that block over there. We serve a lot of people. I'm no longer an elected official, but I'm a sitting ball. I'm sitting ball. I'm sitting ball. I'm sitting ball. Oh, Sunday. There are some ministers with me. There are some ministers, members of the New York Hispanic Lay Organization. We have Bishop Byron Castillo. We have Bishop Carlos Pichardo. We have Reverend Percido Garcet. We have Reverend Ruth Perez. We have our singer, Adrian Rivera. We have Reverend Virginia Molina. We have Sister Maria Estrada. We have Reverend Eva Santiago. We have Reverend Juan Garcia. We have our singer Lucy Ventura. We are here. We have our reporter. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the show. Let's keep the show. And Tina Forte is also with us. I'm going to repeat that again. We are in the South Bronx. This is the heart of the South Bronx. And what we're doing today, no one is there to do. Because we are here to sing Bronx. We are here to tell the people that we are with them. We are not here to sing Bronx. We are here to tell the people that we are with them. We are not here to sing Bronx. We are here to tell the people that we are with them. We are not here to sing Bronx. We are here to tell the people that we are with them. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
God bless America. Land of the free. And home of the brave. We represent our stars and stripes today. We represent the red, white, and blue today. We represent patriots for Trump. Black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, Italian people, Jewish people, all people. We're all Americans. My name is Madeline Gray. I am the CEO of Rescue Angel Consulting LLC. I am also the state director of Brexit, New York. That was my title point, USA. Unfortunately, I am also the mother of a homicide victim. And I'm also the mother of an active duty 82nd Airborne paratrooper. I am extremely proud of my sons and their service. I am extremely proud to be an American. I am extremely proud to say that I will be voting for Trump. This will be the first time that this has been brought to the South Bronx. I lived right here in the South Bronx for 15 years. Right in the projects. This is the poorest, most depressing, most unemployment, most high crime rate area within the 5 boroughs of New York City. How dare anyone think that they have the luxury of not being able to support someone who is offering them a hand up and not a hand out? Trump would actually bring employment opportunities to this community. He will fix dilapidated housing and failing schools. He will create jobs. He will give people pathways out of poverty, up on their own feet to be independent. So they won't have to be like Richie Torres made a tweet this morning and said that the South Bronx would never support Donald Trump because he threatens the social safety networks. Meaning, he's saying that Donald Trump would end their welfare. We don't want welfare. We don't want welfare. We want jobs. We want fair housing. We want better schools. So our children won't be accused of not being able to know what a computer is. Build some brand new state-of-the-art computer labs in those schools. Make the investments into these communities. Trump will be here on the 23rd. And we hope to see a turnout. There's a 3,500 person capacity, and we're expecting to see 3,500 people with an overflow. There needs to be change brought to the South Bronx. There needs to be change brought to the entire state of New York. I shout out my patriot from Albany, from Buffalo, from Rochester. I shout them all out. We need to come out of the closet. There's patriots that are listening to the sound of my voice behind those windows that are afraid to come out of the closet. You need to come out of the closet and let yourself be known. Let yourself be heard. We're stronger in number. We're more powerful when there's more of us. I'd like to thank y'all for welcoming me and allowing me to speak today because you know I was going to bring the fire, right? You know I was going to bring the fire because I got real skin in the game. Who got real skin in the game out here? Who's tired of crime? Who's tired of prosecutors not prosecuting? Who's tired of the sham prosecution against Trump? Who's tired of the poverty? Who's tired of the unemployment? Who's tired of the failing schools? Who's tired of the torn roads? Who's tired of our tax dollars being spent on nonsense that does not benefit the people and the constituents in these communities? We live from paycheck to paycheck, us working people. All right? We barely make enough money to make ends meet. Right? Then you got these politicians that are up in city council, these progressives, these Democrats, that have all of these pet projects that they're just wasting our money on stuff that does not benefit our community. All we're asking for is to let us see some of that money be invested into our community. Trump has a plan. Trump has a plan. If he didn't have a plan, he wouldn't be taking the chance to come here. He's not desperate. He ain't poor. He ain't broke. When he was in office, he didn't take a dime. He didn't take a dime. Okay? And he will also not take a dime. He's doing it because he cares about the people. Just like I said in the interview, I learned interview. He's here because he really cares about the people's issues. And he's concerned. And he really wants to know what he can do to help. When I sound off, y'all sound off behind me. What do we want? Better schools. Say it. Better schools.
Better schools.
Jobs. Pathways out of poverty. Lower crime. DAs that prosecute crime. Stop wasting our tax dollars. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Madeline. Thank you very much. I want to highlight something that she said, you all, that's a part of Trump's Agenda 47, ending veteran homelessness in America. Right? That is a part of his Agenda 47. We need to be cognizant of that. He states that in many states we're running out of hotel space because the rooms are all booked up with illegal aliens living in a very large way on American taxpayers' dime. So we definitely have to support Trump in this. And he states, when I'm reelected, this national scandal will end on day one. I will sign an executive order to cut off Joe Biden's massive spigot of funding for shelter and transport of illegal aliens and redirect a portion of those savings to our homeless American veterans. If you serve this nation in uniform, the Trump administration will never betray you as Joe Biden and the radical left Democrats have done. They have truly betrayed you. Anybody voting for a Democrat or a Democrat, as I call it, is very foolish. So we certainly not putting illegal aliens and lawbreakers into position. Okay? So I just want to highlight, if you're not registered to vote, we have QR codes so you can register to vote here in the state of Florida, the state of New York. We want you all to make sure you are registered to vote. Okay? So our next speaker is going to be Mr. Kevin Jenkins.
Hello, everyone. Beautiful Latino But I want to tell you something. I spent a lot of time traveling the country, speaking to preachers just like yourself. I spent over 4 years traveling 800 and some odd thousand miles talking about how to save America. And I believe Donald Trump is the best example of how to save America. And let me tell you something, we can't be distracted by outside noise. We got to come together, Latino, Black Americans, white Americans, Jew Americans, to save this country. They are only interested in stripping us of our sovereignty, stripping us of our rights, stripping us of our religious rights, stripping us of our freedom of speech. They are moving fast. And we have to get together to make sure we support Donald Trump, to make sure we have somebody in the White House that will stand up for us. That's what it's all about. It's not about the outside noise. It's about us making noise together to save this country. And I'm so happy to see so many clergy people here because I lost faith in the church. I lost faith because I thought the church had forgotten the fact that their job was to stand up for the less unfortunate. And guess what? We have so many Americans doing so bad in this country because we have people in this country believe that they have the right to strip us of our humanity, strip us of everything that we own, strip us of our right to raise our children the way we want to raise our children. We have to stand up against them. We have to make sure that our voices are louder than that. That's what we have to do. We have to stop standing silent, and we have to stop being quiet. We have to stand up against the tyranny of our time, like all of our leaders did for us. And that's what I mean. So it's not about just supporting Trump. It's supporting your rights. It's supporting this country's rights. It's supporting our children. It's making sure that we stand up against all of the things that are trying to take away the things that we fought for all of our lives. So we gotta be louder than that, right? We gotta be louder than that, right? We gotta be loud because we are on the right side. We're not on the wrong side. And all of you people at home that's scared to come out and say you support Donald Trump, we get you. We understand. You might lose your job. You might lose, but go for it anyway. And when it comes to the Bronx next week, there should be 1 million people out there supporting him because guess what? He's standing up for America. Now, that's why I'm here. As a black man, I'm standing here right now and I'm telling every black American, if you continue to support the Democratic Party, which is anti-black, you're a damn fool. You're a damn fool. Every policy prescription that they ever passed was to keep us trapped in poverty. Do you understand that? So we need to go knock on doors. We need to go talk to our friends. We have to tell them to shame the devil and tell the truth and stand up for our community. Now, I'm telling you right now, this is a serious thing that's happening in this country. I'm telling you, don't play around with this. Do not play around with this. If Donald Trump is not back in office, you are going to be permanent slaves. Trust me, permanent slaves. Now, I'm here to tell you, that if I can fly from Florida to New Jersey, we should be knocking on every door in this neighborhood and make sure we can stand up and make sure we stand up for Donald Trump. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jerry. That was fun. I don't know who will go out to jail, but that's definitely not me.
All right, thank you. Thank you. My Patriots for Trump. I want you to say this. I'm a radical Republican like my ancestors from Frederick Douglass to Mary McLeod Bethune. I'm representing for my ancestors today, and we are going to make sure that we take over our party. Take it back. Okay. I'm going to say that. That party that gave that people that like to vote property. That party that wanted Cuckoo's Clown that wanted to kill their people. That party that wanted that he studied. That party is an university so black people who not an education. God, that not be that one.
I want this podium, so I'm going to use it. Yeah, I want to use my podium. All right, guys, how are you? All right. Now, this is what I want to say. I want to address this right now. You see that man right there? You see that man right there? Okay. Now, Raul, I'm going to publicly say this because right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay? Now, a lot of people here know me personally. A lot of people here know the body of work we've done. The Reverend has gone viral trying to bring Trump here. I've gone viral trying to bring Trump here. Newsmax has gone viral trying to bring Trump here. And everybody here had a part to play. Oh, yeah. No. And Raul had a very important part to play. But a lot of people, and especially in the back, who called me about this event, I support this event, and we're the Bronx Conservative Party. I'm a district leader, so thank you, Pat McMahon, Bronx Conservative Party. We're here to support you guys. So with Raul, he was on the flyer with some other people. And a lot of people were promised that Donald Trump was going to be here. And then, wait a minute, yesterday, a lot of people, including myself, got chewed out because they said we promised that Donald Trump was going to be here today when he's coming next Thursday. Hey. We are one family, right, family? All right. So, now, here comes the issue. The reason I'm here today as the district leader, where's mine? Because the situation is this. We're here to address Governor Kathy Hochul. Now, who knows about Governor Kathy Hochul? What did she say about our Bronx kids? They don't know what a computer is, right? Well, we're here to tell them not only do they know what a computer is, they know what books are. Did everybody see this book? Unfortunately, the mothers I invited here couldn't be here today. But this title of this book that we have in our libraries here, if you're a drag queen and you know it.
Oh my God!
By Little Miss Contest. So, if you're from the Bronx and you go to the Bronx Fordham Library Center, the biggest in the Bronx, or any of our libraries, and it's schools, make sure you guys, clergy, parents, and stakeholders, look out for these books because our children know what a computer is, but we don't want them to know what this is. Am I right?
Yes. They become my daughter.
All right.
Hey, they don't have to do nothing they say. How they say that teacher when they become
The
adults?
reason we're all here is to support President Donald Trump. And I'm also the Assistant State Director of Flexit.
Yay!
Black exit the Democratic plantation mentality of thinking. And we're here to say that Black lives, Black lives, Black lives. Thank you very much, family. So we're calling out our Black misleadership today here in the Bronx. And we're getting so many people on the Trump train. But we're here to address Kathy Hochul, and since the Bronx is the bluest county in America, yet always the poorest county in America, we're making a few changes. Thanks to the Bronx Conservative Party, we have our first Republican elected in 40 years, thanks to the Bronx Conservative Party. And we're going to keep it going with Donald Trump. And now we have a little trick to stop Trump. It's called Don't Vote Democrat. Don't vote Democrat. Don't vote Democrat. Don't vote Democrat. Our district leader, Leon Powell of the City District with the Bronx County Conservative Party, here to support Donald Trump. We'll see you in Katona Park next week, Thursday. Thank you. Oh, okay.
We have another speaker to come in.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right, so I'm pretty sure the older folks probably don't know who I am, and that's okay. And that's okay, because I've been, for 2 years, I've been bridging the gap, or trying to bridge the gap between the Bronx and, of course, what's going on here today. This has been a vision of mine, and to hear that Donald Trump is actually coming to the South Bronx, to Katona, where I grew up. I actually played baseball here, Banana Kelly's right there. You actually threw out the first pitch in 2009 or 8, something like that. So, we're born and raised. If you're born and raised, then you know how big this is. You know how big of a shift this is. 2 years ago, I made a name for myself on YouTube. Each and every day, I post videos on there. And I think that it's a new generation, a new wave. And I've been able to connect with so many people. And I think that that's the goal. The goal is to connect with as many people as possible. But I do want to see more Black, Dominicans, Mexicans, everybody that's actually from the Bronx. I want to see them come out on Thursday. And I'm happy to see you guys out here today. This message goes out to the Republicans. See, I'm 27 years old. For years, I've never seen one Republican, except for Tina. I've never seen one Republican. And don't be distracted. This is what you call distractions back here. Don't be distracted by all that. Because that's what life is. That's what's going on with Trump, right? There's many distractions. Focus on making the hood a better place. And my goal is to, and this is my message to Republicans. The young men and children, women growing up today, 21 plus, they are ready to be more conservative. But Republicans have to make a pact, and they have to come out here and recruit young people that want to be more conservative. You have to give them the faith, and you have to come here. I think what Trump is doing, and I'll close it out with this. I think what Trump is doing by coming to the hood, that means he is answering the call from what I believe God to come and make the young men and women of the Bronx believers that Republicans do care, that Republicans can care. Because for so many years, I've never seen one damn Republican. So I hope that this is the wake-up call for the Bronx. I hope that this gets bigger, and I hope that after Thursday, more and many more people. And shout out to those people registering people. That's the most important part for those who don't know. I've registered over 20 people that never voted before. So that means that people are interested, but you have to go out there and get them. People are ready to be Christian. People are ready to be conservative. But Republicans, you have to go out to the hood. Even if you think it's, oh my God, it's too dangerous. It doesn't matter. If Trump, with 87, 90, I don't know how many counts, how many charges he got. If he can make time to go to the Bronx, then you got no excuses to go to the Bronx. There's a guy by the name of Richie Torres. I don't even know who that is. I really don't know who he is. I saw him on Twitter last night. And he said that Trump is not welcome. But I have a message. I have a message for people like that swear that they own the Bronx, that swear they run the Bronx. There's a new sheriff in town, and it's not just one person. It's all of you. All the people that live in the Bronx. You guys are the team. You guys are going to put God back in high school, in middle school. It's you. It's the effort. It's those people, registering people. That's the important work. Local elections matter, and I'm holding everybody accountable. I don't care who you are. You gotta be held. You gotta be held accountable. You gotta hold everybody accountable. Local elections is the most important thing. And once again, I'm more strong and hard on Republicans because they are conservatives. They do believe in God. And a lot of people, I grew up believing in God. So how did I end up a Democrat? That's because the lack and respect of Republicans that feel that, oh, we don't need to go to the Bronx. These people ain't worth it. They're not going to vote for us. My district voted 90% for Joe Biden. None of them are liberals. You go talk to these people, you ask them something about a liberal, you ask them something about a school and kids, they're going to disagree hardcore, but they'll still give the vote to Joe Biden. You understand what I'm saying? That's because of the lack of Republicans. So I'm happy to see you here. I'm happy to see everybody. I'm happy to see Latina do this. And veterans. There's just so much. There's so much that we can do here in New York City. And I believe that New York City can become red. But you have to make the effort. The people are hungry for change. But if you're not willing to risk your life to come out here in the streets and be filled with chaos like this guy, you gotta be willing to go head on to the monster. And with all due respect to all my Christians, cover your ears. Republicans, stop being a bitch. Straight up. Go straight to the head of the monster. My name's Valentino. I love you guys. I'll see you guys Thursday. I'll see you guys here. God bless America. God bless the USA. 3 p.m., 6 p.m.
USA! 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 We love Trump! We love Trump! We love Trump! We love Trump! We love Trump!
All right, I'm just going to say thank you, Mr. Valentino. I will inform you all that there is a big change going on in the Republican Party right now. You can be a part of that change. Open doors for you to become precinct committee men, precinct committee women. You can have a position to make change happen today. All because Trump is getting those rhinos out of the Republican Party. Okay, so our next speaker we're going to have is Mr. Clarence. He's going to come up. He is taxi drivers for Trump.
So thank you. First and foremost, let's thank the NYPD Blue for being out here. We got your thank you so much for protecting us. We got the blue. We got the blue. We got the blue. We got the blue. Now let me tell you something. I am a felon. I am a felon. But you see, if we don't have the police to put us in check, we will wreck ourselves. And our police serve our community. And that is important. But we must always have dialogue between the community and the police. My name is Clarence Coggins. I'm from New Jersey, but I drive up in this area with Uber and Lyft and Neo Taxi. I'm in this community every day. Maybe you'll be in my car next. Maybe you'll be in my car next. But you know what? Not too long ago, taxis were rolling ATMs, where basically the sticker boys would go in there and they would just
take your money, maybe take your life. How many people are dying because of what the Biden administration and those prosecutors will not do? We need to make sure that we have someone who can protect all our communities. You know what? When I was a kid, we grew up with the Asian community. People black and Asian, that's not what it's about. No.
Thank you.
With Latinos and blacks, no, that's not what it's about. Oh no, we're not going to forget our Jewish community. Okay? The fact of the matter is that the Jewish community has worked with the black community. They have supported the black community. But you know what? We are Americans. And we're patriots. And what Joe Biden is doing, he's dividing us and destroying our country. Understand? Yeah, that's right, baby. You have come to this country legally to escape from what was happening over there. We don't want to bring what was over there to here. We want to build a positive America. America's greatest days are ahead of us. And that's what this rally is. See, I didn't know Trump was going to be here next week. Thank you, Donald Trump. But like Senator Diaz Sr. said, he said, we did not come to this rally to see Trump. We want the world to know that we stand with Trump. Say that to Chris James. We are here to support Trump. Thank you.
I'm coming to the stage. And he's gonna speak about
Cultural and Donald Trump.
culture and Donald Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Gunn. I don't know, some of you might know me. I've been an activist in New York City, all over the 5 boroughs, Albany, New York, Washington, D.C., Supreme Court steps, all over. It's not about me. We are here today to send New York City a message. We stand with Donald Trump. We love Donald Trump. And we're waiting for Donald Trump to make New York great again. I got a couple little stories about the caliber of the Trump family. I'm going to get a little emotional, as I always do. I was 9 years old. 1974 was the year. Myself, my brother Joseph, he was 11, and my sister was 9. My father, Joseph Rem Sr., suffered a massive heart attack. We attended the Q Forest School, the same school that Donald John Trump attended 17 years prior to myself. 3 days after my father was buried, his body was still warm. There was a knock on the door one morning about 7 a.m. I happened to answer the door. Standing there was distinguished looking gentleman. I didn't know who he was. It was Donald's father, Fred Trump. He said, "Kid, call your mother." I screamed upstairs, "Ma, come to the door. There's some guy here." When my mother came to that front door, Fred Trump said to my mother, "Very sorry to hear about your husband's passing. I don't know if you know about it, but I'm on the Q Forest Board of Trustees." My mom said, "Yeah, I know Donald. Donald goes to the school. Freddie Trump, the third, is in my son Joseph's class. Mary Trump, the CUNT, who writes bad stuff about Donald Trump, she was in my sister Eugenia's class. I had no Trumps in my class, but my 2 siblings did." Well, anyway, Fred Trump said to my mother, "I've already spoken to headmaster." We didn't have a principal, it was a private school, Philip Rogers, and he said, "I've already informed Mr. Philip Rogers that from this day forward, you will not pay $1
of your three children's tuition because I don't want them to have to go back into the public school system. Who does that, ladies and gentlemen? Who does that? Nobody. Nobody. I have two quick stories about Donald Trump now. I live in Forest Hills. Donald lived in Jamaica State, close by. One morning, he was out on a Sunday morning. He's a man of God. He loves this country. That's why he's fighting for us. He's putting his own life. The man can get sent to jail for the rest of his life. He's putting his own life on the line for us. So we need to support him next Thursday and be here. Anyway, Donald Trump got a flat tire. There was a man walking by. I hate to say it, but he was a black man. The reason why I hate to say it is I shouldn't have to say it. Okay? And the man said, "Sir, you're all dressed up with your family out on a Sunday afternoon going to mass. Can I change your flat tire?" Donald said, "Oh, I'd appreciate it if you could." The man changed his tire. I'll wrap this up, the story. And Donald said afterwards, "I would like to do something for you." And the man said, "No, I did it out of the goodness of my heart. I don't want anything." Donald said to him, "Please, something. How about your wife?" He said, "You know what? Send my wife a bouquet of flowers if you can, if you really want to do something." Well, Donald Trump did a little investigating. Took the man's address, he wrote a card, sent a beautiful bouquet of flowers. And in the card it said, "I did a little investigating. You had, past tense, a mortgage on your home. I paid your mortgage off." It's a true story. And he never gets any good publicity. The Trump family is wonderful. Okay. I stood for Jose Alba at City Hall or rallies all over the city. Kathy Hochul is a racist. She's a disgusting racist, just like that imbecile that's in the White House, Joseph Biden. They are racist. My mom tells me stories of Joseph Biden when he was a senator. She says to me, "David, don't ever believe for 1 second. He was dumb his whole life. He was a moron the whole life. He was a moron. We got a moron. The world is laughing at us. What are we doing? Donald Trump is going to make this country great again. He's going to put our veterans. He's going to put our homeless. Not the illegal migrants. Yo hablo español también. Soy fluente en español. I'm going to give it a little Spanish now for the Spanish speaking people. And Kathy Hochul, la señora Kathy Hochul, es una gran racista. Una gran racista y tenía los huevos para decir que los niños morenos o negros no saben lo que es una computadora. Es ridículo. Es un insulto, es una cachada en la cara. Mira, mi gente, hay que votar por presidente Trump. Yo tengo familia. Yo soy casado con una colombiana. Yo tengo familia esperando 8 años para venir a este país legalmente. Legalmente. Ellos tomaron los bueyes con el FBI. ¿Saben quién es ellos? Mis hijastros. 8 años. Y lo dejan los migrantes pasar como nada. Eso es una locura. Eso es una locura. ¿Cuándo vamos a poner en Estados Unidos primero? Y si hay dinero para otros países, por supuesto, ayudarlos. Por supuesto. Pero no es justo que una familia, 2 personas que den los papeles necesarios correctos y está esperando en Medellín, Colombia, por su cita de regreso. The last thing I'm going to say is, I hope that the organizers here allow me, because it was my mother's last wish. My mother passed a year ago. It was her last wish to shake Donald Trump's hand and to thank him for what his father did. So I hope when I'm here next Thursday, I hope you allow me to have two minutes or to speak and to address President Trump face to face. I didn't come here today to see Donald Trump.
I did not. I come here, like Ruben was saying, to support Donald Trump, to let him know that we stand here for him, that we are going to turn New York red. We are going to turn New Jersey red. We're going to turn New Jersey red. I was in Wildwood with these wonderful patriots, or these people right here. Chinese Americans for Donald Trump. He's going to set this country straight. And that's what we need. And I was the guy on TV, you might have saw, it doesn't matter, but who called out AOC 4 times at her town hall. I was the one that made her dance. Right? That's me on Fox. I don't say it for the thing. I was in the Republican to run against her. Fortunately, they chose a different candidate. They chose a candidate that, while I love Tina, and she is a true Donald Trump supporter, I am fluent in Spanish. And that district, AOC's district, is 50.8% fluent in Spanish. You have to carry the Hispanic vote to win. And so for that reason, I thought I was the best candidate. I still think I am. I wish Tina all the love in the world, because I know that her heart, I know that her heart is with Donald Trump. Okay? And we love Valentino. We love Trump. 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 We love Trump.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me today. I'm here to say I'm here for every one of you. It's faith, family, and freedom. And it's time for the blue states. Everyone needs to take notice of the blue states. And we need to come out and we need to support Donald Trump and all the candidates. And we need to take back our state from these socialists and these liberals that are destroying us and knocking us down. We need to fire them all and finish the war. And we need to come out and vote for Donald Trump, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Stand with me. Fight with me. Because I am here for the people. We the people. It is we the people. I am here for the future of our country, for our children. I have grandchildren. I want a better America for our children. The America that Donald Trump will give us for our children. I love all of you, and I will fight for every single one of you. And the South Bronx is now my district. And that's why I am here to tell you I will fight for you and with you. Because we are united in this. We are united. And AOC needs to go. Fire AOC. Fire Joe Biden. They need to go. They are destroying us from within. Everything they are destroying this country. We need to get rid of them all. Fire them all and finish the war. God bless you. And God bless America.
We love Trump. 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 All right, you all. The next individual that's going to speak is Mr. Emmanuel Finley, and he is currently running for office. So he's going to let you know what he's doing and where he's located.
Emmanuel! Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Woo! How y'all doing today? All right. Hey, that was attention. So my name is Emmanuel. I'm running for assembly in the 79th district. We've seen that a lot of our programs for the children in the schools are being cut. We're told there's not enough money for that. We don't have enough money for the students to have them get lunch in school, but yet still we have trillions of dollars to send overseas to other countries. We want to say that charity begins at home. Start by taking care of the people in the Bronx, the people in America. Let's take care of the veterans that we didn't deal with. And if they come back from war, we will take care of them. Let's get them off the street and provide them with the mental health that they need. Let's make sure that our citizens are taken care of first before we start giving out resources elsewhere. Bronx first, America first.
All right, we have another individual that's running for the assembly as well. All right, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Grace Marrero. and I'm running for the 80th Assembly District in the Northeast Bronx against John Zucaro. Just so you all know, this is my old neighborhood. I grew up on 163rd and Isabel. Father Gansky was my priest, Mr. Thomas was my sister. So before all that was done, I was here at the beginning of it all. And, you know, I still love my neighborhood. I'm not here anymore. I'm up in the East Bronx. But, you know, these are my roots. And so what I just want to say is that like Tina, I will definitely fight for everyone, not just people in my district, because, like she said, everybody needs to go. And this starts local. All politics is local. Federal is great, but you need to concentrate on the local level. Get rid of the assembly people that you have in place. Get rid of the people that are senators. All the Democrats. I'm a conservative. I'm with the Bronx Conservative Party. I'm the recording secretary and district leader for the 80th Assembly as well. And so, as you see, the faces may change, but the agenda is the same. When a Democrat speaks, when they say, how do you know when a Democrat is lying? When they're talking. Okay, so whenever you see a Democrat running for office and they tell you they're going to change this, that, and the other thing, don't believe them because they have a playbook. And one day it might be a man, it might be a woman, but they do the same thing. They are all in lockstep with the same agenda. So you all need to start changing things and voting with conservative, hopefully, or Republican. But get away from the Democrat Party. I'm a former Democrat. Got away from the Democrat Party. It's not a good look. They are not for the people. They're the party of the Ku Klux Klan. Okay? They want to keep our black and brown people. Well, I'm brown. I'm a person of color. I mean, not a little bit, but I am, all right? So they want to keep everybody in certain housing complexes to have a voting block. You understand, like in Niger, most people are going to vote Democrat because that's the way they've been brainwashed. We need to stop this. We need to start changing things, and it starts at the local level. So please, whenever you go to vote, even if a Democrat sounds good and they look good and they promise you the world, don't vote for them because they will turn around and stab you in the back. I'm a very conservative, have Christian values, and I don't stand for none of that stuff that they're doing. So I am here to represent the 80th Assembly District, and when you all go out to vote, please do not vote for Democrats. If you know anybody in the 80th Assembly District, tell them to vote for me, because I have a long, hard road ahead of me against John Zucaro. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming.
How y'all doing?
As a representative of the people, your support the policy that we have in Albany. Myself is great and young. Everyone running for the assembly. When the voters come out and vote, don't just vote yourself. You take your family, take your friends. You have to get out. Everyone gets out to vote. The needs of Albany. We bring a policy that actually works for the people. And that's what we're looking for. I want to see your faces. I want to know if you're my favorite. I encourage you to come up to the North Bronx. You want to know us. You get elected. And I look forward to seeing you all.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say one thing. If you don't vote for Donald Trump, you ain't black.
I was supposed to say that. I forgot to say and she is the founder
party. So we're introducing someone from a different party. This is collaboration. Right? Yeah. Okay. I'm asked to record.
So thank you guys so much for everybody coming out here today. This is beautiful. It's crazy to me that they're saying that this is anything racist because
I've never seen a more diverse crowd of people in a while.
and it's something that I like to do. I used to be a cheerleader in high school and we did power respond. So when I say who are my brothers and sisters, I want you guys to respond, but we are. Who are my brothers and my sisters? Who are my brothers and my sisters? Who are my brothers and my sisters? This man is right. My name is Ashaki Nichols, and I'm the founder of the Redemption Party. I was once a 2024 presidential candidate, and out of that came the Redemption Party. We are focused on fiscal responsibility, letting federal government to empower local government, and constitutional sovereignty. Our tenets align with the Republican Party. We know it's going to take more than one party to get Trump over the line. We know it's going to take collaboration. We know it's going to take every vote to change our country. It is time for that change. So you know what time it is. If you don't want to register as a Republican or a Democrat, you can register as a Redemption Party member. We are filed with the FEC. We were registered in 2023. We won our first election in the city of Roseland, Indiana, in November 2023. In a city that has been democratically run since 1916. The Republicans, they ran against the Democrats and they couldn't win. We did it in one election. So independents can get it done. We will get it done. So in 2024, let's keep this fire. Let's keep this movement. And one more time, who are my brothers and my sisters? Who are my brothers and my sisters? Thank you guys. I'm Ashaki Nichols, founder
Get a
of the
chance after
Redemption
you
Party.
get a break. I'd love to come live. I'd love to do a quick interview with you.
Of course, we can, yeah.
And I'm going to turn it back over to Consuela or to Janet.
Okay, I gotta get my battery. I'm coming right back.
Is
We're
it?
gonna
Oh,
do-
I'm it. I
Yeah.
would love to do a
So
song for
I'm
you.
gonna come right to you.
I have to put you my phone. Where's my
Battery change, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot one very important thing. They accuse Donald Trump of being racist. Donald Trump is the farthest from a racist. They twist things around. Joseph Biden is the racist. Google him. Google him when he was senator to see the horrific things. I won't even repeat them that he said about African Americans. Google him. Donald Trump,
Hold that for 1
my
second.
God,
right
the
there.
guy's a millionaire.
Just wrap
He
that.
loves all of us. He loves every one of us, and we need to support him. He's not the racist. Kathy Hochul and the Democratic Party is the racist. How could somebody say that black children don't know what a freaking computer is? Are you freaking kidding me, Kathy Hochul? Unbelievable. Don't buy it. Don't buy into it. Abraham Lincoln was the gentleman that freed the slaves. He was a Republican. And Donald Trump is a Republican. And he's standing for us. And he's going to bring sanity back to our country and make us the #1 country in the world. It's ridiculous. We're 33 in education. 33. All right, I'm going to hand the mic over. Don't believe. South Bronx, no lo creen que el presidente Trump es una racista, porque no lo es. El señor Joseph Biden y Kathy Hochul son los gran racistas y hay que eliminarlas. Vota por Donald Trump, por favor.
Hi. That gentleman just made a great point, right? I keep hearing the statements by the governor and Hochul that black children don't know what a computer is. If you don't know, then I'm going to inform you that the personal or PC computer was created in conjunction with a black man. Right? Your telecommunications also are part came And you know
We're
what?
winding up, so let's just
Something that you love to do, golf, right? That golf team.
I take the opportunity when I can.
That's a great day.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh no, I thought you were talking to me.
All right. So, I will say you are. We are not being racist. We are.
And let's set that right. Sorry, just trying to get out of the speaker. It's pointing right at us.
The director of the Freedom Descendants Advocacy.
So, hello everyone. We're taking a moment to have a live interview. I know the event's going on right now. I believe you'll be able to hear him perfectly because you're right in front of him and you can see him perfectly. And of course, he's representing the Bronx. This is the Bronx Conservative Party. Or am I boasting a bit?
No, brother, you do some good work. This is our second interview.
Yes.
We first met in Staten Island at the Convention States New York event with my guy Larry Sharp and some other good people.
Yep, my very good friend Larry. Yep.
I'm Dion Powell, district leader of the 78th Assembly District here in the Bronx, New York. And the Bronx County Conservative Party, we're trying to be instrumental in getting Donald Trump into the Bronx. If you Google Trump, Bronx, Newsmax, you might see me as one of the people going viral, begging Trump to come to the Bronx, and you've seen our videos, and some other things that I've done virally in my network here in the Bronx, South Bronx, specifically. So today, we're here to support everybody else here for this Black Patriots Trump event, but specifically the Bronx Conservative Party. We came to make a statement against Governor Kathy Hochul, what she said about the Black kids in the Bronx not knowing computers. If you see or if you play rather, my portion where I spoke, I said, yes, they know what a computer is, but we're trying to teach them what these books are. And I'm more a solution-based leader, but the problem is how to fix it. So I expose the books that's in our library that are sexualized curriculum that the parents here in the community be aware. Once the parents in the community in the Bronx, the bluest county in America, goes to Forest Advantage. Once they are aware, not only does she say that, but she's also behind certain funding that puts these books in the libraries. So this kind of information, being where we're at, gets them to pulls them over to the Trump side. Some people are on the fence, some people are not going to vote, but once they see and they believe it, the mainstream media makes it seem as though this is far away in other racist states, where it's right under our nose. And these progressive white Democrats feel that way, genuinely. It comes from a good place. It comes from a good place, but it's a version of how they control us. The reason I left the Democratic Party last year and being a full-time Conservative Party member is because they announced that they were closing 7 Catholic schools in the Bronx. One of them was my alma mater, St. Angela Marie. And you must destroy education and faith-based values to keep these people controlled. I run for office, I'm currently for office, state senate, and they keep us so poor, dependent, dumb, helpless, and hopeless that's how they control us with social emotional learning. Whereas the private school sector teaches critical thinking. I'm also the assistant state director of Lexington, New York, Black Exit from progressive liberal plantation of mindset. And this has been one of the most spiritually fulfilling bodies of work I've done in my life. Because I know people that have lost everything because they take the vaccine. Oh yeah. But because me and my leadership role in Lexington, New York since 2020, we had events, for workers' rights, Black-owned law firm, Trisha Lindsay, I see you, everybody stay one with us. We also talked about with Pastor Earl Wallace, in which we had religious exemptions for requiring that information. We also provided Dr. Velosky came to our event, for medical exemptions and so forth. Then we fast forwarded now to another event last year, COVID vaccine injury and holistic healing, other Black predominantly clinicians and medical doctors. Then also we work with the Black home educators because in New York City, a lot of people don't know, the homeschool education has exploded in New York City since lockdown. According to the National Black Home Educators that came to one of our events, Black home education in the United States of America since 2020 to present has gone from 6% to 17% and growing nationwide. And pretty soon at this rate, the African American community will be the #1 homeschooling demographic in America. Those are the things I support as our solution-based problems. Helping people get jobs, with these exemptions, helping people homeschool their children. The Children's Scholarship Fund, the Inner City Scholarship Fund. I work at St. Angela, those schools, be a partial scholarship of 75%. Also trying to convert IEPs, to IES students to get parents with special needs children to get out of public school or to private school with the IESP. You know, I know these governmental systems as a former staffer and how to navigate. I don't just like yelling at camera or protesting in rallies, press conferences. I want to make sure people run for office, number one, like my fellow candidates in the Bronx Conservative Party, and also educate them to this lifestyle of this hidden realm of politics and government. It's not evil, nasty, stay away. No, you gotta get involved. Community board meetings, know what's going on. They want people to also meetings. I didn't know until I worked the same like mine is that this between a cop and a sheriff is that a sheriff is elected, cops are not. So having like-minded individuals like yourself over the shoulder shooting is very cool to shoot each other. Blacks especially. A lot of black people have been called people themselves. Like me,
Oh yeah.
I've been called Uncle Thomas is 5 and a faggot is 6. So I'm known to my people, pain doesn't mean the pain doesn't exist, So these people are not alone, and now we found each other. Doc Rich, we also have Philip Scott, we also have TV, the media, we have Sam, a lot of black YouTubers are putting the word out there. We find each other, we're teaming up, and we're coming together nationally with these platforms. And Donald Trump, again, anytime somebody fact checks him, they fact check us all. So that the mainstream media doesn't realize when they fact check Trump, it's like we've all been fact checked. So it's like we feel it even though we don't support Trump, Black men are supporting Trump in droves because the whole criminality of the system against them. And Michael Moore said it best. White people aren't racist in middle America. They're supporting Trump as one big FU to the establishment. So Trump is not promise anything. Trump just has to exist as something that's against everybody. Okay. Most of us. Again, the apology leader.
And yeah, so I want to be very clear about you are against not just Kathy Hochul and her statements, which were mind-numbing, egregious. There's so many words I would use on that, but also the system that failed, because I believe it was an admission of failure, that they admit the school system, all the money, tax money they're using on it, has failed. If they're correct, then they screwed up. They're the ones in charge.
I had to cut my speech short, but that was in my notes.
Right.
I was going to say, well, Kathy Hochul, if they don't know what a computer is, it's your fault. Because you are in charge of the nation's largest school sector, New York State and New York City. So if they don't know what a computer is, that's reflective of your leadership. That's why in a few years we're trying to replace her with somebody else, Okay. And that what people need to know. And people need to go a part of their CEC meetings and school board meetings and see the folks are there. Shout out to Mom for Liberty, because Mom for Liberty is fighting this from day one, but they're called racist. And that destroys all the white facts that we have.
Isn't that the way to shut people down? Just call them an isterophobe and you're supposed to stop speaking.
But people are seeing through it now. People actually like myself are gravitating towards that. Like some of these people here are from the Proud Boys, and they're my friends. They stood up for black women when they got pepper sprayed by Antifa and so forth. And there's a lot of other different people all come together. COVID actually, in the lockdowns, united people from far left to far right, and they tried to stop them and divide us again. Donald Trump, with all the stuff that's going on in Drag Story Hour, we even have gays patrol. We have gays against groomers because they've gone too far. And this is uniting people beyond. Now people are getting off watching a Fox News, CNN, MSD, and CNN Press, and we're creating our own narrative with the Rumbles and the Telegram, and the Signals, and we're finding each other, and we're growing. So that's this is up.
I know that I caught you just before you left, and I wanted to make sure I had a chance to speak with you again, Dion. I want to speak with you again more in the future.
I text you, man. I on Twitter and everything. You X, don't say nothing.
I didn't see you on there. I don't
figure this out later.
Yeah. Usually I'm only on because I'm updating stuff like this, but we will work it out. Again, I thank you.
Remind me of your name. Yeah, go for the show. Slow yourself.
Oh no. It's going to be under M. Oh, what's your name? My name is Michael VOSS.
I don't know.
Huh? Yeah, that. Yep. But if you're looking for me, are you looking for me on Twitter? Oh, okay.
So I can see stuff that we're doing.
Yes, please do.
Where you based out
of? I used to be upstate. Now I'm back in the Bronx.
I'm in the Bronx.
By the way, we should.
So that's what is
party.
Well, we can talk about that offline.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your number?
929 715 8569. 8569.
There you go. So there's certain people here to interview, so you guys can go viral together.
I'm trying.
And one is the big guy.
Lou?
Lou Valentino.
Yes, I told him I wanted to speak to him. I'm going, now that it's calmed a little bit, I'm going to try and. Oh, there is. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I got all the speakers first. I know. But now I want to get to his interview. Oh, he's not done.
Go get him.
No, he's not done yet.
Go
All
get
right.
him.
We will talk.
I gotta say, it's been very chaotic, very fun, but that's what the Bronx is. The Bronx is chaotic, right? She's singing, he's yelling, they're talking executively, people are getting signed up, kids over there playing flag football. I mean, this is what the Bronx is. It's a chaotic place. But in 2025, 26, 27, and 28, we're hoping that this place is no more as chaotic as it is today, but organized. And then once again, this is, in my opinion, this is such an accomplishment. I don't care how many people show up. It could be 1,000, it could be 100. We already know Thursday is going to be historic. It's going to be thousands of people. But the fact that there was people coming out here today to come together, and we got white, we got black, we got Chinese. I mean, we got Asian. We might have a transgender here and there. I'm not sure what they are. You know, transgenders, but they there you go. So, oh, there you go. We got the Jews. Oh, they call you white supremacists. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We got, look, he might not want to be seen, but we got a Dominican. I know what Dominicans look like. So it feels good to see people coming out and coming together. And this is what I think, once again, as I said before, the Republican Party is lacking. It's people like that man right there coming to the hood, to the gutter, and making the effort. People are ready to make the change. I'm extremely happy about this. That guy's volume is officially going down. He's tired. He got like 3 jackets on. He's really hot. So, Queen's in the house. Who else do we got in the house? Yeah, your Queen's coming? Okay. Where you from, bro? He's Italian. We got Brooklyn in the house, too. So this is what it's going to look like this Thursday on the 23rd for Trump. It's going to be historic. It's going to be dope. And of course, we're going to have trolls, and that's what life is. Today is an prime example. Like, today reminded me so much of what it's like to live here. Because I remember living here, there was cookouts, shootouts. There was a guy preaching in the corner in Spanish. This is what New York is. We got sinners, we got preachers, we got trans. Not trans is the new thing happening. I wasn't so sure of that before, but now it's really, I've seen it coming. You know what? I should have hosted this thing. Who do we have? Right here? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. We got special people. There you go.
Hey everybody. Thank you for as always being such a wonderful supporter. Just here today to support Derek and everybody else, all the other minorities that are out, and Caucasians as well that want Trump back in office. There's always one good people around to distract. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm here to do videos today. Really, as a journalist, video reporting. My videos went viral. I did for NewsNap. Where I was interviewing people in the Bronx that wanted Trump to come here for a rally. So that's been shared. Yes, CPS. So, if you guys want to be interviewed, please come up in like 10 minutes. My friend is going to get a camera card. I'm going to try to make another Bronx viral piece this time for the Gateway content, like the ones I did for Newsmax. I think that brought Trump here to begin with. After he saw my first video on Newsmax and said he's coming to the South Bronx, and he's coming on Thursday. So, he's going to be on Thursday. Everybody bring 10 friends. Bring 10 friends, okay? All right, so can you give the mic to somebody else? Everybody, I'm running for Senate. So everybody knows my cars that I'm running right now. I'm fighting in a court battle right now to remain on the ballot here in New York. So just please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram and learn more about me and come up to me like 10 minutes if you want to be on camera. And if you want to try to help me out, we need some more viral clips that President Trump will share to social. Thank you, thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you.
I just want to say I'm so glad that you guys are out here doing this today, and it's an honor to be here. I have been inside the courtroom covering President Trump's trial, the sham of a trial that's been going on. We see the weaponized judicial system. We see the corruption that Derek Gibson was talking about. You know what? This is a picture right now of the spiritual battle that we are facing.
Yes, yes.
Here to play, yes. Without intervention from the Lord, there's no way that we can see victory. But I've seen miracles all over the world. I've traveled and I've been in the trenches with many of these guys that rally for political events across the country. And I think that what's happened with President Trump being forced in this city week after week, if you guys sat through what the trial, it is insane what's happening in there. But I think it's going to backfire, and I know Kara has been calling for the rally here in New York City for a long time, and he's listened, and it's happening. And I think that this event is a forerunning event that's preparing the way for what's going to take place this coming week. So I just want to pray. And so, Father, I thank you, God, for this, and that there are patriots all across the country, but this is a stronghold. And I thank you, God, that as the darkness has increased, that the knowledge of the glory of the Lord is increasing. And so, Father, we thank you, God, that you are a miracle working God. And through everything that's taking place, the wickedness is exposing itself, and the power of darkness is being shut down. We take authority over every force of darkness, and we shut you down in the name of Jesus. So, Lord, we just thank you.
Yeah, it's all going out there. And then I'm saying to
Trump 2024, Trump 2024, Trump 2024, Trump 2024. You're doing okay? This year is called
SOUNDBITES.
Yes.
I got a secret to tell you. You need to speak to Democrats. You need to sign them up on Republicans when you see why. It can be done. Okay, we know now we have Valentino time, but we also have the right policy. We have the right people. We need to do it. Every single one of you.
I already registered. Registered,
You
so
can basically flip the whole district, the whole world of the Bronx, okay? But you need to come out and chip in. We sit like that. Lou is also working hard. I mean, every time, every couple guys, 5 a day. So we need to basically move forward with last time. And we need to. There's no place that we need to do this. But every time we got cruising from the whole behind the wall, we need to move it. Possible. people are fed up with the policy. We got migrants coming in $10,000. We have the police department being disrespected. The police department, I mean, nobody wants to become a cop anymore. That's sad. Yeah. We need to have our city taken back from all these companies. They're very disrespectful. These people are crazy.
You don't say migrant, get sent to kill. Send out.
Okay? We need to vote them. We need to unite us.
So do I, but I also suffer.
God bless you guys for coming. This is not going to stop here. Make sure you speak to everybody. Make sure you sign up people to the party. And make sure everybody knows what's going on, okay? About Donald Trump. So we can basically, our next leader is going to be Donald Trump. Yes, sir. God bless you.
We are attempting to flip people from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party who have a great opportunity because Donald Trump is getting rid of the minors. And we have the opportunity to establish ourselves as we move forward. Even after Donald Trump, right? We still have to have some equity and sustainability even after Donald Trump. Okay? So I just want to highlight some things on Trump's Agenda 47.
Just want to pull over so I don't get the speaker. Yep. And we are live. Hello, everyone, and yep, we're still live, and we're still here, and thank you. I can see all of you have still been following this for the last 3 hours, 2 hours that we've been here. So I'm happy we have another interview exclusively with you. This is with No Soundbites Allowed, and I have Lou Angelino, correct?
No, Lou Valentino.
Valentino.
Angelino, I might name my son that. That's a good name.
I like Angelino. I forget why I know it, but Lou Valentino, excuse me, and I apologize, who was speaking earlier, and he's given us a few moments of his time, and I appreciate that. The first question, I want to make sure I heard this correctly. Did you say you're a Democrat?
No. So back in the day, I would lean liberal or Democrat lifestyle in the sense of hating Trump or hating Republicans. And I basically was saying one of the main reasons that happens to a lot of people out here is because Republicans don't defend themselves. Number one, they don't come out to the inner cities. They don't make the effort to try to get this vote. So most of the time, if the mainstream media tells me that Trump is a racist or Republicans are racist toward people in the inner cities, then I have no option but to believe that, because who's going to tell me otherwise? And most of the time, people don't have time to really keep up with politics. Politics is a full-time game, especially if you want to know every detail of it. So for me, I decided to, make the change in the way I approach things. And in my speech, I was just basically saying that Republicans have done a very bad job reaching people like me, reaching people, in these inner city communities that just feel hopeless. And the only thing they can do is vote for a Democrat, because those are the only people probably talking to them. So yeah, so I think calling out and being harder on Republicans because they lean more conservative, they have more of the Christian Catholic values or whatever it is that people's religion is, they are more conservative. So a lot of people out here are very conservative by nature. It's who they were born as.
Traditional.
You know what I'm saying? Because Black people are some of the most conservative people I know. Hispanics in the Bronx, or Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, they're some of the most conservative people I know. And that's something that you can, I feel, drive into the inner communities if you're a Republican or somebody that's just conservative running as a Republican, because being a Republican nowadays, I just don't think it's worth that much. In my opinion, that's just my opinion.
That's all right. I'm a Republican, but I'm a conservative Republican. But that's one of the reasons why I'm here. And I love the critique, and I'm always open to hearing different voices. But that's also why I'm here, and MSNBC, CNN, their headquarters are in New York. They're not here.
No, of course they're not.
So,
but this is their biggest fear. It's people coming together in this park, right? This is Prospect over there, Intervale, between Prospect, Intervale, Banana Kelly Park. I mean, this is the inner city. You look over there, you see kids playing, growing up. These kids are going to grow up to believe in something. What are they going to believe in? Are you going to have an influence in that and showing them that God is the way? Jesus Christ is our Savior. How can they vote to where their values meet in the voters box when they go vote and they go make that vote? So that's just what I feel is that can save the Bronx. Is people because a lot of people they're ready to make that change. A lot of people my age, 27, younger, 21, coming out of high school, turning 18, they want to make that, but they have to. It has to be cool. You have to do it to the point where it's receptive. It's receptive, and people can receive the message.
Well, I get that. I've been doing this 18 years, believe it or not. I'm a little older. But you're younger. You're 27. I mean, I didn't start really getting into the politics until I was about 35, 40.
But that's what happens with most conservatives. People are usually Democrat or people are usually independent,
And then get
eventually later on in their life they become conservative.
them. So a lot of people. But let me ask you. For me, it was living in Moscow. But that's a whole other thing.
Okay,
That's a whole other.
that's wild.
I've covered that.
I love that.
I've covered that story in my channel. But let me ask you for yourself. At 27, so we know Democrats control much of the news media. They control much of the messaging in inner cities. Yet you are here for Trump, who is not a Democrat. He's not leftist as we see in much of the media out there. What motivated you to say, hey, I'm going to find out information for myself?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You're never really in our communities, Black, Hispanic, whatever. People are not really allowed to like a Republican.
No.
You're not allowed to like a Trump. Like you're not allowed to,
Right?
Because you're underprivileged or you're from here and you can't do that. Things like that, in my opinion, always. I mean, when somebody tells me don't go that way, it's not that I go that way. It's that I ask, why are you telling me that? And a lot of the conversations, that's what it stems from. It stems from the confusion of, well, why don't they want me to know this? Why don't they want me to go this way? So when you do your research and you look at,
I know, folks. We're trying to do the interview, and he's running around, screaming at everyone, interrupting us. So I apologize. But there's always somebody at any event, and especially when it's conservative. That's what he says. I don't know, but that should be personal. That sounds personal. But yeah, but
in closing,
yeah,
I did my research and I felt that Trump made an actual effort to, as a Republican, to actually speak to the inner cities, Chicago, New York City, and him coming to the Bronx. I think it's a huge step because I don't even see Joe Biden campaigning in the hoods. Like
he just came out today. $14 million is going to be spent to get Black people to vote for him. Of course. That's out of $1 billion he's spending on a campaign.
I think what Trump is doing is priceless. I think coming here specifically means the world to a lot of people. And when people see that, people hear that, even if they don't show up on Thursday when he comes out, I think when they hear like, wow, this guy made the effort to actually come out here, that said something about him specifically. Can other Republicans follow that same line and say, you know what, we're gonna go get that vote. I don't care, we're gonna do whatever we can for those people to see the conservative values, Christian values that we stand for, that I know they stand for too. So that's just my opinion. But
is there
opportunity zones? Opportunity zones is, I think, bringing opportunity zones to the Bronx will be unbelievably amazing. That's something that Trump's campaign and Trump himself and his administration did. There's a lot of people still incarcerated for weed, people incarcerated for nothing, but then there's people not incarcerated that have made and committed crimes that are out the next day. So it's just a broken,
like the 11 illegal aliens down at 42nd Street, as in one example.
People have more than enough right to be mad about it. Because imagine you being in the inner city for so many years, and now Democrats are putting other people that are coming here seeking asylum, allegedly. A lot of them probably are not, which we've seen. There's scuffles, with cops and arrests, and a lot of things that have happened throughout the country. So imagine those people being put before your interests. So I think that's something Black people should be mad about, especially because they're foundational to this country. They were here. They pretty much built or helped build this country in many of these places. So it sucks that throughout generations, now through almost 100 years, maybe a little less than 100 years, they've just been voting Democrat. So maybe try something new. You don't have to like any of these people. Try something new. Maybe it'll help you and your family. moment.
Good point. Lou, are you online, or is there a way for people to reach you?
Valentino on YouTube, Lou Valentino on everywhere. Lou Valentino on Rumble as well. So I try to post as much as I can on YouTube.
No,
Live stream on it.
that's what I'm doing right now, and on Rumble as well. So I invite people to check you up, find out more about you. I look forward to hopefully seeing you on Thursday. I'm going to try to be there, or down in DC, because I'm going to try and get down there. But I thank you for taking a few moments to speak with us here live. Folks, this is Lou Valentino. Go on, check him out, and give him a like, give him a share.
I appreciate it. So what's your name?
Michael Boss. No sound bites allowed.
No sound bites
Allowed.
Okay, sure. I'll be searching you up, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And I didn't start the forecast. But there was nobody that let us say to that. I couldn't get hotel, but when I was at the night, was running the Republican Party in Brooklyn. We actually slept together. We didn't know each other. That's funny. That's funny. We slept together and shared a room in DC. We didn't know each other. So I'm just talking as a senior. I was homeless. I talk to homeless people all the time now. And you've got veterans out there. Oh, I'm Yvette Starr. I'm Yvette Jody Starr. Thank you so much. So, and I just want to say, the Liberty Alliance, we speak almost every Sunday at Union Square, and I was involved with the Medical Freedom Party, and the teachers were not allowed to keep their jobs. And I went to the first court appointment when the teachers were there. We were in a still-off room, and I'm just telling you, the judge said to the lawyer, I have to tell you this, the lawyer brought up the Constitution and the teachers, 7 of them being my friends. And she brought up the Constitution. I was in the still-off room. I wouldn't have gotten arrested. And she goes, let's talk about that. And I was screaming in the still-off room with all these reporters taking notes. Like, what are you doing? Get this freaking judge off the bench. Where's your oath? Where's your bond? Where's your foreign registration? Where is it? The fucking judge to the teachers. She did not defend their rights. And the lawyer was afraid. Lawyers make their living from the judge. And their verdict, right? They keep you in court to bill. It's called judicial abuse. Okay, it's a form of abuse, and it just got written up on the psychological component part of family court and divorce court. There's now an official documentation that there's legal abuse syndrome. That just happened like 2 weeks ago. So the thing is, you need to understand that the judicial, they are corrupt, they are satanic, they are
that way.
secret.
I don't want the speakers drowning you out.
I understand, sir.
Chief of the
All right.
police department.
I think we're good right here, and we've got everyone else in the background, so that's good. Let me see here. Give me a second. There. Bingo. No, I hate this. It's because I got the charger on, so it's like throwing it off. There we go. Okay. So we were speaking a little bit before the very beginning. I think actually before the event started. Your name is Clarence?
Yes, Clarence Cocker.
And you're with Taxi Drivers for Trump.
That's correct. I'm also an author of the Success Mindset Trilogy.
Success Mindset Trilogy.
That's correct.
Okay. I haven't heard about it. Is that science fiction? Is it?
No. It's actually about personal development and how people can basically bring themselves out of poverty or level up to the next stage. It has to deal with mindset, being able to do accurate thinking. Who Owns Your Mind is one of the books in the series, and The Power of Mind Chemistry. But it's available on Amazon, and you can find that.
Personal growth, self-help, kind of.
It's perfect. Yes, that's the accurate description.
Okay. But I see that you're an Uber driver.
Yes.
You're obviously black, person of color, whatever.
No, black.
Nowadays, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
And you're here today talking about a Republican candidate for the 2024 election.
That's right.
Okay, why?
Well, because first and foremost, the Republican Party was the party, along with a couple of other third parties, that first put reparations for black people. We need to remind a lot of the lily white Republicans that reparations is a GOP issue, not a talking point to be used against the black community. If you aren't in the field, you can't influence the game. I'm here to show my support for Donald Trump because of the fact we want to win. We want to save America because we don't want to import more people who will vote against the black community.
So you're speaking about illegal immigration,
That's
which
correct.
has been a very significant issue, especially in New York State.
Yes.
We have, what was it, 100, I think the last time, 150,000 illegal aliens costing $5 billion a year. And
You're talking about New York City alone.
that's New York City alone.
Yeah, New York City alone.
I'm not-
Yeah. That's right. I just wanted to make sure that people understood.
Yeah, that's Boston's got its own problem, Chicago, LA, and those are just cities, not the state either. But I know you're an Uber driver.
Yes.
Is that affecting you, the fact that we're spending so much money on illegal aliens?
Well, not because of being an Uber driver. What's happening is the Biden policy has cost me as an Uber driver over $46,000 a year because of the gas, because of the inflation, because of the foreign wars. The immigrants, all right, are a challenge because they're taxing other resources like our health resources. People had a hard time getting into the hospital before then. All right, with them, it's now the extended. A woman told me, see, the thing about the Uber driver and how it all affects me is that I get to hear the stories of the citizens and of the non-citizens. Okay, we basically have to deal with the immigration problem in New York City because it is diverting resources from our streets, it's diverting it from our housing, it's diverting it from our school system. I speak Spanish, I speak a little Swahili, I speak Russian, I speak different languages. All right, so this isn't about being xenophobic. It's about having a atmosphere which is conducive for the safety and growth of all our citizens. There's too many people who have been locked out for us to import a buffer zone, which will be used to push us all down. And if you think that, oh, you're just supporting low-wage workers, no, you're not. These are people who are of various economic backgrounds. It costs them money. They're paying the cartels. Yeah, it costs them money. They're paying the cartels to get over here. Joe Biden, long before it got real big, he was flying planes into Westchester, and that was brought out by who's that Westchester guy, Esposito or something like that.
I think you're talking about the 2021 midnight transfers of illegal alien children from the border to New York City and Tennessee on taxpayer dime, so that they didn't have to say that the border was flooded.
Bingo!
Yes.
Thank you. So at least all right.
That's my job.
Yeah. From describing what I'm describing, it's not something that isn't known.
Yeah.
All right. What they've done to ICE is terrible. What they've done to the New York police, because I'm an Uber driver, all right, the laws, all right, which are not being enforced, put me at physical threat. When you have new populations come into any area, the criminal element of those new populations will be trying to ply their trade. I'm a felon, all right? When Trump did the first step out, because of my particular charge, I couldn't have it expunged. It may be in the future, all right, but at now it's not. But the thing is that even though I'm a felon, I understand the necessity for law and order. I'm not a criminal. And basically, over 20 years ago, when I did what I did, I basically made amends, I paid my fine, and I kept my nose clean.
I understand. You move forward. What the system is supposed to do. You move forward, you move on.
And I've been homeless. I've been homeless, and our homeless population is being hit hardest by this. The mental health community is being hit hardest by this because beds which could be utilized for our citizens, okay, and those who have come in the process legally, basically are not able to get these services which are needed and vital.
Let me ask you a question, which is a common theme today. I mean, we're in the Bronx.
Yes.
Uh,
The South Bronx.
the South Bronx. That's true. I'm sorry. I'm from the Bronx. I call it Bronx.
Yeah.
But yes, it's the South Bronx. You're black. We're black. Most of the people here are black or Asian or people of color from different countries. When you hear Democrats and others come to you and say, "But you can't be for Trump. You're black."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you say to them? What is the conversation?
Okay, well, basically, I'll admit I troll Joe Biden's post. All right.
Okay.
And basically, I put up the fact that Joe Biden was in bed with the KKK. They can't take back Strom Thurmond. They can't take back Byrd. All right, Robert Byrd. Most of the Democrats, and we're not talking long ago. We're talking about when Joe Biden was a senator. Okay, so they say, oh, Trump had Nick Fuentes. What's Nick Fuentes compared to all the people that Joe Biden has been in bed with for over 50 years?
Well, Nick Fuentes was never elected to an office.
Hello. And besides that, right, let's talk about the Central Park Five. I was in New Jersey at the time. I read the article, all right, that Trump wrote. Nowhere did he mention the Central Park Five. New York was off the chain. He called for law and order. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris locked up over 6,000 black men and women for marijuana charges and other things, and then want to call Trump, who's only been in office 4 years, try to call him a problem for the black community. No, faith, family, finance, freedom. Those are the four pillars of black conservatism, true black conservatism. I'm not talking about white face or black face Republicans and white face Republicans. You know, the ones who just sing it to us as well. That's not who we are, all right? We welcome their vote, but that's not who we are. What you're talking about is a bunch of black people who came back to the Republican Party because Trump was there. In the first go round, I was going to vote for Dr. Ben Carson, but he dropped out. Trump was better than Hillary.
Yeah. No, well, they should agree with that one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that I've gotten actually more involved in the process because I didn't like the results of 2020. All right. I said to myself, if I don't want the same thing, how am I going to do it? And that's why we formed Taxi Drivers for Trump. All right. Because Uber drivers, through the regulations that local and the city are putting in, through the taxes that they're putting in, all those things are hurting our industry. Yes, Uber and some of them are trying to do education to their people, but we need transportation. All right. And Uber and Lyft is, before I did Uber and Lyft, I was making around $10,000 to $25,000. When I started doing Uber and Lyft and taxis, all right, I started making over $100,000 a year.
Good for you. Success story. That's an American success story.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only that, right? In my first year, I financed another car. I had other people who didn't have the New York City license work over in Jersey with Uber and Lyft so that they could provide money for their families. Okay?
That's the way it's supposed to be. You make success, you grow success for others. A Republican value.
Yeah.
An American value.
Yeah, hello.
Very simply.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Let me ask this. You have a unique access to the voice of people.
Yeah.
You're hearing them in their good days, their bad days, first date, last date, divorce, every aspect of life. You get to hear a little bit of that as an Uber driver, as a taxi driver. Tell me, what is the tone that you are hearing over and over again in terms of the 2024 election?
Okay.
I hear that a lot of people are afraid to voice their support for Trump. That's what I hear. People who are just don't against Trump and whatnot, they just don't against Trump. But there's a unspoken people who are fed up with the crime, who are fed up with the inflation, who are fed up with the quote unquote nanny state, where you can't have a gas stove. Are you freaking kidding me? I can't get coal fired pizza. Are you kidding me?
Those are the proposals. Oh, and Friday, I don't know if you heard about this. Friday, Mayor Eric Adams said that he wants to now control what we eat because of climate change.
Yeah. But you see, that's the thing, all right? I've known Eric since he's been on the Instagram and whatnot. And this is a message for all black politicians, all right, who are elected officials. Please leave community activism and stunt to the community activists. You are there to legislate and dictate policy which will assist your community. All that other nonsense and the flash in the pan and who could get the vote, that's not why we voted for you. That's not why we vote. All right. The legislature is there to help us make laws, just laws, not oppressive laws.
Well, you make a great point. The organization, Taxi Drivers for Trump, is that online?
And we are in the process. Right now, you just find one blog post and you'll find our shirts. All right, our shirts are available to spread. We just sold one in Texas. All right, so but we'll be going through our official filing of the organization within the next 2 weeks. And that this is really just our political action wing. All right, where we're doing a candidate. We're actually going to create an overall organization which says taxi drivers for ... And most likely it will be for sustainable transportation system in urban areas.
Okay, not necessarily for a party or a specific candidate, but for what is best
for the taxi drivers, and that's so this is just the jump off. This is my commitment, all right, to Donald Trump, all right, because of the fact that I understand that without Trump, there will be no America. It won't be an America which is recognizable. Black people have fought too hard for the right to vote. While we have always been on different sides of the political spectrum, our primary goal of those who have participated in the system has been to be accepted as citizens. We fought for the right to vote. Why do we want our vote diluted? Either by having congressional districts spread because of the population, or because of the fact that you're allowing people who should not be voting to vote.
No, I understand completely. The problems of potentially having a path to citizenship that was unearned, or having our congressional districts with gerrymandering. These are issues.
See, I'm going to keep it real.
Yeah.
It's not so much as being unearned. It's the fact that they're not coming to be part of the system. They're coming to basically just like the imperialists, all right, concept. That's the same type of thing. And we should learn from the Native American experience of what happens to a population that has been autogenesis, all right, which means that it was self-created, which America was. America is a self-created nation that broke away from the European powers, all right. Basically, we need to not repeat the same errors of the past, be it falling into segregation, be it allowing lynching, being allowing any of those types of things. So if we aren't part of the party, then we can't get our voice heard. And we can't turn the tide of the anti-black propaganda that's put out by both parties.
Okay. No, you're right. If we're not working on it, we're not involved in it. Or as I always like to say, if you're not voting, you have no voice.
Yep.
No one hears you.
I feel like I'm with Gil Nobles. Like it is.
Oh, I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
All right. I want to thank you for giving us a few moments today. I want people who've been watching the live stream for about 2.5 hours now. So I'm sure they heard you speak before, but I wanted to get a chance to hear your voice. I know it's starting to drizzle a tiny bit, but we're going to still be here for a little while longer. I want to thank you again,
No,
Clarence.
absolutely. Anybody can find me. Just Google Clarence Coggins, my book, or Auntie, I Don't Want You to Get Married, which is one of my children's books. All right, and I accept all calls and anything.
Oh, is Coggins, is it C-double-O or double G?
No, C-double-G. Coggins.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make
Oh,
sure.
one thing I'd like to mention too
please.
is that basically we're doing lineage. All right. The title that we're actually falling under is Black American Negro Freeman. And my great grandfather happened to be part of the Glory Troop, and we're in the process of forming an association to honor those brothers who fought in. The Glory Troop was the black troop that fought in the Civil War.
Okay, I've never heard of the Glory Troop. I'm aware of black soldiers in the Civil War.
The
but
movie's Glory with Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
You could Google that. You can see that's a
that
glamorizer.
was Fort Sumter, I believe it was.
That's the but there were many of that regiment who survived. There were many people who actually were further enlisted. There were actually 2 regiments. We're doing that to preserve and encourage people to do their genealogy and also recognize the contributions that Black Americans have made to America.
You know what? I want to hear more about this Glory Troop. Definitely stay in touch with me about that because it's something I'm not familiar with, and I'm happy to hear more about it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. That's right, folks. We are still here, 2.5 hours. Yes, the weather's changed a little bit. Yes, we are still here, and so are many of the other supporters out there. Oh, perfect. I was looking for you. Yeah, I've been doing some of the interviews, and this is the interview portion, folks. Actually, we're going to turn that way because I think they'll hear you a little bit better. So first of all, just introduce yourself. Go right ahead.
Hi, my name is Ashaki Nichols, and I am the founder of the Redemption Party. We are a party focused on fiscal responsibility, limiting federal government to empower local government and constitutional sovereignty. We were founded in January of 2023. We won our first election in November of 2023 in the city of Roseland, Indiana, that was democratically run since 1916. The Republican Party, they tried to run against the Democrats. They were not able to turn the city, but in one election, we were able to turn it from Democrat to
Redemption, it is a new party.
Yes.
Now, let me understand, because many people aren't familiar with third parties. If they are, they maybe think of libertarians. But what is redemption exactly? What do you guys stand for?
Well, we stand for fiscal responsibility, limiting federal government to empower local government and constitutional sovereignty. So we are not a party that is a theocracy. A lot of people see redemption as a religious connotation. What we are looking at redemption is actually redeeming America back to sovereignty, getting our sovereignty back as a country. As our candidates run across this country, our goal and our focus is to make sure that those candidates are focused on serving the people of the community as opposed to the party. And that's what we have right now with the Republican and the Democratic Party, unfortunately. We have good candidates that want to run under both of those parties, but unfortunately, it's more about party than the people that they are supposed to serve.
Now, that leads into an interesting question because I was asking Lou about being black and growing up Democrat and now suddenly supporting Trump. I asked Clarence about being an older man, a former felon, and also supporting Trump in the Bronx of all places. So I have to ask you, when you speak to people and they go, well, you're a Democrat, of course, and you go, no, I'm redemption.
Yeah.
What happens?
Their eyes kind of light up a little bit, and it's almost a glimmer of hope because nobody really thinks about the third party until the last minute, right?
Mm.
And it's a spoiler, of course.
Well, that's what they call it.
But we won our first election. To me, that proves that people are ready for a change. They are ready for a party that's actually going to serve the people. And so that's what we're focused on.
And I speak to a lot of libertarians. A good friend of mine, Larry Sharp, is a libertarian as well. And we have some very interesting conversations, agree and disagree sometimes. So I'm always happy to hear voices that you're not hearing a lot throughout the rest of the nation. But looking at today, so the Redemption Party came down to help support President Trump. Am I understanding
So
that
we're
right?
not endorsing President Trump. We are actually here to support Black and the Republican Party. We do align with the Republican Party in the sense of values. And it does take more than one party to get a candidate over the line. If there's a choice between Biden and Trump, I would rather go with Trump because at least he has made a way and for the Black community and for other communities for the American people to move. He does have policy for where we've seen in the past 3.5 years that the Democrats do not want the country to succeed. Because if they wanted the country to succeed, they would have closed the border. If they wanted the country to succeed, they would help more people have neighbors so that we have a stronger workforce. If they wanted the American public to succeed, we have a better educational system. It doesn't make people debt, but it actually makes them more entrepreneurs and business owners. So they are not for the people. They've proven themselves time and time again. And more people are leaving the Democratic plantation. My co-founder and chairman, he was a former Democrat. And now he leads our party. And he's also the treasurer of the city of Roseland, Indiana, which is technically a mayoral position that he's running. He's 25 years old. So he's got a long way to go, but he's very firm in his stance.
Let me ask, how, in your experience, how important is it for the population, especially Black population, American citizens, to be involved in the election system? I mean, a lot of people say, "Well, my vote doesn't matter." They say, "Well, the Black vote doesn't matter." What do you say to these people?
What I need to say to them is this: I understand your frustration because what we do have right now is we have people that look like Black Americans, but they are not Black Americans. They are placeholders that have been put in place to destroy Black Americans. It's very frustrating to see somebody that looks like you that wants to destroy them. So what I need to say to that, to you individuals out there, get off the couch and get involved because no one's coming to save you. I got off the couch. I was actually running for president in 2024, and that's how the Redemption Party came about. Because I was no longer going to sit on the couch and be dictated to how my country needs to run. You need to change your country. You need to come out. You need to get involved. Advocacy, volunteer, be a poll watcher. Every there is no job too small or too large because our country is at stake. If you want to see a better country, you don't have to have a formal education. Our country is free. You really don't. You have to have a passion and a will to get this done. So if you really want to get it done, look up the Redemption Party, reach out to us at USA.party.com.
You covered a lot of the stuff that I wanted to cover with you. So, and I know we're still live and it's a little hectic. Let me just say I thank you for being out here today, and I thank you for taking the time to speak with us and my audience about why you're supporting both President Trump and why you're also supporting in Americans being involved in politics beyond this election, but overall just being involved. Something that we support on this channel very much.
Yes, definitely. And I also wanted to add another part of this rally is to also educate and bring out reparations for Black Americans. I know a lot of times people see it as, oh no, they're just trying to get money. This is about repair and restoration for Black community. Yes, there will be cash compensation, but understand it's not going to be for everyone that have no needs. It will only be for foundational Black Americans that are descendants of slaves, of which I am. My main name is right, it is a slave name. My father actually traced my lineage back 150 years to the plantation where my family started. So I know where my roots come from. They come from this country. And in this country, what we're going to do is restore Black America. USA Redemption Party, we do have a pledge for our candidates to understand that when you sign on as a candidate, that is one of the issues that we have on the table. To restore Black.
Well, I think that's a very important thing. We need to restore America. Obviously, there are issues. I do feel that
A little bit of rain.
a little bit sprinkling. I think that's what's ran off a few people because it's starting. I want to thank you for taking the time to be with us today. I look forward to hearing more about the Redemption Party going forward in this election, the next election, many elections to go forward. Thank you. So, folks, we are still here in the Bronx. We are still live, and it is still going well. The event is still happening, as you can see. The mainstream news media really has not been here. I mean, we have one. We do have. 1 second.
You want to interview? You would still interview?
I'm still interviewing people.
We're about to shut it down.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you don't need them chairs? We'll take them back.
Oh, I'm still live.
Oh, you still-
Sorry, guys. No. It's all right. Come in. No, we can do it.
Oh, okay.
Do you need a minute?
Oh, no. We're going to get them chairs. We're about to shut it down.
Right. So I just want to step back a little bit because the audio.
Yeah.
And I'm going to point you right there.
Okay.
And so the weather is starting to turn a little bit. It has driven off a little bit of the crowd, but the event, I think, has been rather successful. We saw at least as many as 50, I believe as high as 75 people had shown up, if my count was correct, at the highest point during the event. Possibly even more because people were passing by and listening in. Tell me, introduce yourself. Before I do that, let me say, introduce yourself, of course.
Okay. I'm Consuelo Davis. I am the director of the Freezing Descendants Advocacy Agency, or Incorporated, and we represent the Black American Freedom.
And you are one of the organizers of the event today.
I am. Yes, I am.
And so, as I was saying, the event has been it's pretty successful, considering we're talking about the Bronx, we're talking about Black voters, we're talking about Black Republican or conservative or third party voters. You just don't hear about that. We theoretically, according to MSNBC, CNN, we don't exist. And yet, we're here. But let me ask you, what was your motivation for being involved with this today?
Okay, my motivation is to have or make sure change happens in America. And what I'm seeing with Trump, change can happen in America. So I'm motivated to make sure he gets in office. We get the Democrats out of office because I am being affected. My family's been affected. Everything coming from the Democrats, or I say Democrats, is tearing down the Black American family. We have a serious problem when we're being targeted. I do speak about the ethnocide, the genocide of the Black American. Most of the propaganda is of crime and things of that nature. You don't hear them empowering, uplifting, yet still they want the votes. So that is a major reason why I have joined on the Trump train, as well as the fact that he's overhauling the rhino out of the Republican Party, which is the party of my ancestors, and I consider myself now a radical Republican. I've gone from Democrat to independent to now being a Republican.
Okay. So what, and this has been a recurring question I've asked today of many people, and I'll ask it again. When you hear from various people, Black or white, whatever, and they say, wait a minute, you're not a Democrat, but you're Black. What do you say? How does that conversation happen for you?
I just inform them. I like to inform them of history, right? History was, yes, we were taught to be Democrats. However, as I've grown and matured politically, I now understand that you vote for your interests. You vote for tangibles. So that is one of the major shifts that I have learned in my political career, that has now brought me to this point, so that everybody is not a Democrat, right? And that's what I also want to press upon people, is that our history in America, most Black Americans at one point in time were Republicans.
Yeah.
So, I think they don't know that as well. So I like to highlight that.
Prior to Kennedy, as a bloc, we were always voting Republican.
Yes. So now, times are changing. We see that Trump is willing to give us some tangibles, right, in the Black community. So that's really where I'm going towards tangibles, because we have not received anything with the Democrats, and you can see that our communities are dilapidated and being destroyed.
Well, we know that polling has said that many, especially Black men, but many Black people in America are, well, what's many in terms of politics, about 20%, which is historic levels of Black people not voting Democrat. And but that triggered, as of today, $14 million. Joe Biden is now spending $14 million to convince Black people to vote for him. What does that say to you?
It says to me that now at the last minute, they just really want the presidency again, or they want the administration. They want to be leaders, but they're not going to do anything. So for me, you can put the $14 million in it, but until you speak about reparations, until you speak about some tangibles for Black Americans that you're willing to do now, you're in office. It makes no difference. Getting our vote again to tell us, thank you, Black community, for giving me the vote and getting me into the presidency, and we get nothing out of it. It doesn't matter. You just wasted your money this time. That's what I think. The Democratic Party is wasting their money. And plus, the Black men are so frustrated that they don't have jobs to support their families. You could have been taking care of them. You haven't been taking care of them. So why do you need their vote now? You already decided you needed another base and to throw us away. So let's do that. Let's keep it moving. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people, now we've talked to a couple people, Lou Valentino, he's a little bit younger. We were talking to Clarence, he's closer to my age. I'm older than all of you guys. That's fun. It's funny, I just realized. I'm like the oldest person here. Okay.
And Lou was 20, he's 27.
He's 27, yeah. But a lot of people say, well, I'm not involved in politics. I don't pay attention to politics. And let me ask you, because this was about people being involved in politics, regardless of color, regardless of age, you're an American, be involved. That's been the message I've heard for the last 3 hours. Let me ask you, what got you involved? What made you make that change?
I am a small business owner. I am a mother. I am an educator. Everything we do and what I'm attempting to educate people on right now is politics. Politics is economics. Economics is politics. It's the money coming down from your state, well, from the federal government to your state, to your local municipalities, right? So no matter what, you have to play the game of politics. It's a part of our society. It's a part of how things work. And it took me a while to embrace it. But as I said, I'm more politically mature. And now I think, I'm in a better space than I was at 25. And then at 30, I was a little bit better educated on politics. And now that I'm a small business owner and a mother and want things to happen for my grandchildren and the future of my legacy or my lineage, yes, I have to be involved in politics.
Well, politics is involved in us, whether we want it to or not. So
Yeah.
You're correct. Let me ask, I usually like to end most interviews, so of course we're live, so I haven't had a chance to say this to other people, but if there's one thing that people can take away from the event today, take away from speaking to you or any of these speakers, what would that be?
We can make change happen. We have the power to do it right now. And that, even though I know, top of the ticket, Donald Trump, right? We're out here, we're supporting him. We want Trump to be our next president of the United States, 2024. However, even on your state and local level, we have power and the opportunity to make things change in this country right now. So I am happy people came out. Like you just said, you had someone 27 years old speaking on the mic, and then I'm off it. So to have a wide range of us and ethnicities and nationalities to be here gives us, just to help people get empowered, really helps. I think it's very important. So.
Well, I want to thank you, Consuelo, for taking the time to be here with us today. This is No Soundbites Allowed. And folks, you can see the event, even though it's winding down, even though it's about to start raining on us, we have continued to be involved, to continue to be up to date. Now, mind you, this is all only possible because of you, because of your likes, your shares. It is possible because of those in my Patreon that are helping us with $1.50 a month, just $1.50 a month. But that's not required. All we ask you to do is to go out and like and share this. Let more people know that you have a voice, that you don't have to just be a Democrat. You can be whatever you want to be. Your politics are you. And we need to have these conversations. We need to be honest and real with people about the issues that are facing us all. And so I hope you enjoyed the coverage today. I know at points it's been a little bit hectic, it's been a little bit frantic. Of course, that's being live, that's being in the Bronx, in New York City. Life happens and it gets interesting. But we hope you've been following the coverage and that you found it interesting. We're going to be ending the live stream shortly. Let's see, we've been going about what is it, 2 hours 45 minutes now. I'm going to go about 3 hours or until they end it, end the event, or if it starts raining on me. But I hope you've been finding this interesting. And by the way, I want to see your comments on this, on the video. Please give us the like, give us the share, leave a comment. What did you think of the event? What could be better? What could be worse? Whether it's audio, cameras, whether it's editing, whatever it is, I want to hear more from you guys. You are vital to this process. And yes, on Thursday, we do expect to try and be at the Trump event here in the Bronx. We expect to be in DC next weekend. We are going to try and be in, we're going to be at Freedom Fest a little bit later on this year. So we are trying to get to all the events, and we are trying to get you interviews with as many people as possible that are involved in the politics that are affecting us all. Let me go and catch you back up to some of the last speakers.
The Democrat is the party of the children law. The Democrat is the party that opposes all major civil laws that favor the minorities. The Democrats were the party who founded the historically black colleges and universities so black people could earn an education. Because the Democrats didn't want the black people to get educated. Because once they became educated, they would have left the plantation. So people need to learn about history and don't let the Democrats and radical left to mislead you. Don't let them to divide us. Let's fight for this country because if we lose this country, there is no other place to go. And President Trump is the only one who can save this country with the help of with the people and God. El único que puede salvar este país es el único, no hay otro. Esta es la última oportunidad que tenemos. No hay una oportunidad desde 4 años. Esta es la última oportunidad, ¿cierto? Esta es la última oportunidad que tenemos para salvar a los Estados Unidos de América. Inmigrantes, edúquense. No permitan que los demócratas y los izquierdistas engañen, les den mala información. Ellos creen que con darles a ustedes welfare les están haciendo un favor. No. President Reagan said, the best welfare is a job. So don't let them to compete you with handouts. Now about abortion. That's the only topic that they have to run on. But I would like all these politicians, beginning with Biden and Kamala Harris, to realize that they are alive because their mothers didn't abort them. President Trump, excuse me, I would like to quote President Reagan. He said, I have noticed that everyone who is for abortion has already been born. Yes. We have to respect life from the womb to the tomb. Finally, I would like people to understand that President Trump
for the only reason of exposing the deep state, the elites that want to destroy this country. And I would like to call the rich and all those wealthy people who support the Democrat Party and the radical left, that they don't realize that the radical left is going after the wealth. So they are so stupid that they are defending a cause that is going against them, because they don't want them to own property. They want everything to be shared, what the communists do. So if they dislike this country, they should go to a communist country. And I am very sure the only reason why they don't go is because they know that there is no other place like the United States. Trump 2024. We the people, no Trump. We the people, no Trump. We the people, no Trump. Los personas, amamos a Trump.
Let me just translate what she just said there. There's a very important thing that she just said in English. I know she speaks fluent Spanish as well as myself or better. She was talking about abortion. And she said, en español, es muy chistoso que la gente que están en favor de aborción, de abortar a su propio hijo, es muy chistoso. Todas las personas son vivos. Están vivas. Vivas. They're alive. Porque sus padres no lo abortaron. Es como hipócrita de criticar a las personas quien somos pro vida, por la vida, cuando ellos también tienen vida y sus padres no lo abortaron. Una persona en la barriga de una mujer es una persona humana. Eso es muerte. Eso es matar. Hacer aborto. Es la única que los democráticos pegan. Al abortion, a poder, escucha lo que es, a poder, a matar a su propio hijo. ¿Quién hace eso? Who does that? Who kills your own children? And you know what? The crime in New York City, people don't pull it out. I'm going to call it out. 90% of it is black on black crime. Democratic black politicians could care less about black people. As I said before, they are the racists, not Donald Trump. It's double talk. Don't believe the media. Trump is the man for this country. He's the only one that can turn it around. And I'm going to say this last thing. If we, and I consider myself we, with this young lady, the gentleman, everybody here, if we don't win this election, that's it. There is no coming back. There is no esperanza en 4 años. There is no more hope for 4 more years. This is it right here, right now, people. So come out next Thursday. Be here early. Support Donald Trump because, as she said, he's a billionaire. He doesn't need this crap. My mom, before she got died, used to say, David, why? Because we knew Donald. I was in Donald's house as a young man. Why is Donald putting up with these folks on the left side? Why? He doesn't need it. He should be on a boat. He should be traveling the world, enjoying his family. Look, the man is 70-something years old. The average lifespan for a man is 74 years old. And he's got to be in a courthouse. If Donald Trump wasn't running for president, you're terrified of Donald Trump. He's the only person standing between a country that has gone totally destroyed by the Democrats and bringing America back. He doesn't need this. It is disgraceful. These prosecutors right here in the Bronx, Marcia Clark, she won't prosecute people that get bashed in the head from behind. Eric Gonzalez from Brooklyn, another rogue DA. The man that I stood with, Jose Alba, and I called out Hocho, I called out Eric Adams, I called them all out. If he was protecting himself, he was working in a bodega. They came in to stab him. He took the weapon and stabbed the guy. Are you kidding me? They put him in Rikers, and if there wasn't video of that incident, he would be doing 20 years upstate something. I stood there with these elders. These elders handed me the microphone and said, David, speak to the crowd. Speak to Jose Alba. It is disgraceful what they are doing to people. Disgraceful. I'm going to give Oral back because she's got a lot of fire in her. And I love this woman right here. I love her. She's a real patriot. 100% patriot.
I just want to thank the police officers for supporting us. We have the police. And it saddens me that the left and the Democrats demoralize you. And when they are in trouble, they are the first ones to call you. So you should think about that twice. They are against the Second Amendment and they are all protected by God. They are against us in everything. But at the same time, they are losers because we are the majority. And people have to speak up. Don't be afraid. Wear your mother hat. If the left can wear their attire, we can also do the same. We have to fight back peacefully and patriotically. Do not let them to intimidate us.
Thank you so much. We're wrapping up for this evening. Glad y'all came out. We had a good time out here today with the people, Black Faces for Trump. Don't forget, we're going all across the country. We're going to wrap up and have a great evening. Thank y'all for coming.
All right, folks. As you can see, it's starting to rain right now. So we're going to be ending this live stream. I want to thank you all for being here with us. We appreciate it. Remember, it's only your support that makes this possible, that I can come out to these live events, that I can come out and do these interviews, cover these live things. So please give us a like, a share. Please absolutely leave a comment. Most of all, subscribe, whether it's on YouTube, on Rumble, especially on Rumble, or any of the other social media. You will see some coverage, as we can see. There is going to be some coverage, but more importantly, it's you being involved that is the most important thing. Even as it's raining, people are here. They are here because you need to know and hear this and have your voice heard. We thank you. We hope you're going to have a great day, and I look forward to seeing all the comments.